WWE just revealed a very interesting segment for Jimmy Uso that could make or break the Bloodline story. So we'll see what that's about. We'll also check out what's going on with Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, and more. Let's start things off with Cody Rhodes and everything that went down with him after SummerSlam, because a lot was going on there. Cody came out to the ring to reflect on his SummerSlam victory over Brock Lesnar. Cody gave Brock Lesnar his credit and flowers for being the beast and phenomenal athlete that he is. But Cody also dropped a teaser and hint towards Roman Reigns that a lot of fans are freaking out over. This hint came when Cody Rhodes was talking about the conversation that he had with his mother after SummerSlam. Cody revealed that his mom told him that Brock Lesnar acknowledged him. Cody, of course, put a lot of emphasis on the word acknowledged and stared at the camera while saying it. This was a clear teaser and hint at another future meeting between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. The way Cody Rhodes has been building up all this momentum, getting wins over superstars like Brock Lesnar, not getting pinned at all since Wrestlemania, and now taking some new subliminal shots at Roman Reigns. It has everyone pretty much assuming that we'll most definitely be getting that rematch between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 40. But Cody ends up getting interrupted by Seth Rollins, and Seth attempts to pick up their conversation from where they last left off at. Cody and Seth were about to exchange words with each other on Raw several weeks ago after Money in the Bank, but their conversation was cut short by Brock Lesnar at the time. So they pick it up here in this moment, and since Cody said that he could beat anyone in the world, Seth Rollins wanted to take him up on that claim and face him in a match. But they get interrupted by the Judgment Day and they can't finish their conversation again. And another interesting moment happened during the closing moments of that Raw opening segment. Cody Rhodes offered the idea to have a 6-man tag team match against the Judgment Day. Cody said that he'll team with his friend Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins. Cody didn't even label Seth Rollins as a friend, which Seth seemed to take some offense to. And even backstage, Cody was giving off a bit of a cold shoulder to Seth Rollins when they were talking about strategy for their match. And this is because Cody Rhodes is a great storyteller and doesn't forget about previous storylines. Just because Cody and Seth are babyfaces in current day doesn't mean that Cody's just gonna forget the past and be best pals with Seth Rollins. Cody Rhodes' character is still remembering his feud with Seth Rollins from 2022 and all the horrible and bad things Seth Rollins did to him back then. So Cody's understandably still holding a grudge towards him because of all that history. But in the closing moments of the Raw main event and after they pick up the win, Cody and Seth finally made up and shook hands, officially appearing to squash their 2022 issues with each other. And then, after that happened, Nakamura turned heel and attacked Seth Rollins, leading fans to assume that Nakamura will be Seth's next challenger. Although they keep teasing at another meeting between Cody and Seth, it just seems very unlikely. It doesn't really make sense to happen if Cody is in fact getting a rematch with Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. So, despite his hot streak, the rematch with Roman next year may be the reason why they keep Cody away from the World Heavyweight title. WWE just announced a pretty mind-boggling segment for Smackdown that could truly make or break the Bloodline story. As everyone knows by now, Jimmy Uso returned at SummerSlam to cost Jey Uso the big title victory over Roman Reigns. And even right after that went down, a lot of fans were complaining that it didn't make sense. But we talked about it could make sense because maybe Jimmy Uso still wanted to take down Roman and was still very anti-Roman. But Jimmy just didn't like how greedy Jey had become during his absence. So it's pretty much against the both of them now. Jey wanted the tribal chief position. He wanted the title. He was in the main event of SummerSlam. So maybe Jimmy was sitting there thinking to himself that Jey isn't doing all this for me. He's doing it for himself. And that's what made him step in. But according to WWE themselves, Jimmy Uso will acknowledge Roman Reigns on the August 11th edition of Smackdown. And if that segment goes through just like how it's been promoted, then the fans that were saying that nothing makes sense could be right after all. In order for it to truly make sense going forward, Jimmy Uso has to basically be on his own island. He can't be Team Roman, he can't be Team Jey. If he's just equally upset and frustrated with the both of them, then his perspective is understandable and it could work. But if Jimmy goes over there on SmackDown, bends the knee and acknowledges Roman Reigns again, then that could potentially shatter the storyline, because that doesn't make any sense. Jimmy was the first one out of the Usos that made the big move to get away from Roman Reigns at Night of Champions. He initiated that. So for him to turn around a few months later, especially coming back from a storyline injury caused by Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, and just suddenly decide to fall in line again with Roman and the Bloodline, just doesn't make sense, and is extremely difficult to comprehend and explain. A lot of fans have also gone back to rewatch Jimmy's return, and they've noticed that Paul Heyman was surprisingly very calm and collected when watching Jimmy attack Jey, almost as if he expected this to happen and was ready for it. Roman, on the other hand, seemed clueless, confused, and had no idea what was going on. So judging based off their facial expressions alone, was this the plan that Heyman and Jimmy cooked up, while leaving Roman and Solo out of it? Even that idea could be a bit shaky, but it still makes more sense than Jimmy falling back in line under Roman. At this point in the story, after these recent events, it's just nearly impossible to pick Jimmy standing by Roman's side again. So that's why a lot of fans think that this segment that WWE is promoting of Jimmy acknowledging Roman could end up being misleading bait, and how there could be another twist hidden within this segment. Now that's fine. If there turns out to be some extra twist of Jimmy still turning down Roman Reigns and the Bloodline despite his SummerSlam heel turn, then that may work. But if they truly have Jimmy acknowledge Roman Reigns again, we'll have to see how they make that go down, because as of right now, it just seems like one of the most illogical moves to make. It was also reported that Roman Reigns was injured during the opening segment of the Tribal Combat match and worked the entire match hurt. There's no details on the specifics of the injury at the time of this recording, but hopefully it's not anything that severe at all. Roman Reigns currently isn't being advertised for any of the upcoming premium live events. So if this injury is something that requires him to miss some time in the ring, hopefully it's something that can get worked around. WWE obviously had this entire Jimmy Uso versus Jey Uso angle starting up right now, so that may also buy them some time for Roman to get fully back to 100%. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.